What is up, guys? It is Kenniron here, and Crash Team Racing, the trailer dropped at the Game Awards last night. I'm super hyped for it. I'm excited. The very first thing we see is how much detail is put into this game, and the detail actually looks really nice. The tracks don't seem to be affected by all the detail they put in. The tracks look exactly the same. Every little bump, every little jump, right? Everything looks the same. So I do like the detail in this game. I am curious how they're going to handle the little secret shortcuts you could have in the game, because there were some of them that Naughty Dog did not intend to be in the game, but people found them out anyways. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle those little shortcuts that weren't necessarily meant to be in the game. But all of the attention to detail looks great. There's a shot where you see Crash driving down the Crash Cove bridge, and you also see Komodo Joe in front of him, and that really shows that they are still going to have the unlockable characters. Now, are they going to add more characters into the mix? Honestly, I kind of hope not, but it would be interesting to see if they do or they don't. You also see another shot where Coco is driving down through Engine Labs, and you see a big mech. It's Engine's mech that he used to fight you in either the second or the third game, or maybe both of them, I can't remember. But it's the same mech, and it really shows how they're doing their best to make sure that this game ties into the universe of the other three games, that it is a part of the same universe. You know, it's not super far-fetched that these characters would be kart racing. Another thing we see is that the characters, they seem to have some sort of, character about them. While they're racing, you see Crash has his tongue out in a few shots. You see when each of the characters jump, they all do something kind of different. You see that Coco, when she jumps, her legs kind of lift up in the air, and she's all happy and she's having a good time, right? But then you see someone like Polar, and when he jumps in the air, he's barely hanging on to his cart, and he's in the air, and he's looking scared. But then you also see in a later shot, Ripperoo, he jumps in the air, and he actually turns to face the camera while he's flying midair, and he's just acting crazy. And it really shows that they're putting a lot of thought into these characters and a lot of thought into how they would act on the track. We do see one shot of Crash spinning out in a battle arena. All the other shots look like they're in the tracks, the actual race tracks, but this shot shows the battle arena. And I forget the name of the actual arena itself, but my take from this is that because they didn't show the battle arenas very much, they must not be done making them. They're not quite finished with the game, but they do have a lot of the game completed. Also, with some of the detail that's put into the game, they kind of expand on this universe that Naughty Dog created. You know, they have in the shot that shows Dingo's Canyon, they have Dingo's Diner and a little gas station hanging out. What do these characters do when they're not fighting each other, when they're not plotting to take over the world, when they're not racing each other? You know, what do these characters do? And this kind of looks into that. Now, I know that's kind of a silly question and it's just a little silly game, but it really does expand on this universe. They say that you can race online, and that's something that we have been screaming for, so I'm really excited for that. And then you also see a shot of Crash, and he's driving through Crash Cove, and it shows him driving all of the karts from Nitro Kart. Every character had their own separate faction, or they were part of a faction. So the good guys would drive this kind of kart, bad guys would drive this kart, the aliens would drive this kart, and I think another faction of aliens would drive this kart. And that really brings up a question: are they going to have different cosmetics for the karts in Crash Team Racing? Now, I actually do believe that they will be adding Nitro Kart into this, and I think that you will be able to buy them together just like the Insane Trilogy, just like the Reignited Trilogy. But I do not think it'll be a trilogy. I think it will just be Crash Team Racing and Crash Nitro Kart, simply because Crash Tag Team Racing tried to bridge the gap in between platformer and racing, but it was not as well received as Team Racing and Nitro Kart. So I don't think that the game is good enough to include in this. And I did explain on that in my last Crash video. I also believe they're adding Nitro Kart into this just based off of the date of release. Now, it looks like they've pretty much got most of Crash Team Racing done. And we saw the same thing with the Reignited trilogy, we saw the same thing with the Insane trilogy. Once they got the first game out of both of those trilogies done, they released a trailer that focused solely on those games. And I think that's exactly what they did here. They have Crash Team Racing almost completed, and they released a trailer showing just Crash Team Racing, but they also hinted and teased at Crash Nitro Kart. So I think they're following the same formula. I just don't think it'll be a trilogy. And June 21st, that's like 6 months away, to finish Crash Team Racing and to make and finish Nitro Kart. 6 months sounds like a fairly reasonable time to recreate Nitro Kart. And the last thing I'll mention, personally, my favorite track in the game, which is Sewer Speedway. And the reason I like this track is just how it feels and how it looks aesthetically. We see in the original game, I loved the way they handled the sewage, the way it kind of moved and flowed, and you could drive through it and it had this blue-green glow to it. I just love it. To me, that just looks beautiful. And then in the remastered trailer, we see the sewage is blue-green, it's glowy, and it just looks beautiful. And I love everything about this trailer. So we just gotta wait out a little longer. June 21st, Crash Team Racing is coming back. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please comment, please subscribe if you have not done that already. And that's all I got for you today. I'll see you guys in the next video. And Kenniron out.